For all four, at least 1,800, 2,000.
For a four set, yeah.
Yeah.
He's right. Like 1,800, 2,000.
Yeah. Mm. Nah, that's not quite how that works.
You feel me though?
I'm just. It's a situation. It really is. What up? What up? What up, everybody?
Hi, Zoe's chat.
Hi, Zoe's chat, says Jill. Monroe.
Let me go away from my Uber. Because I think it is ridiculous how much Uber costs. I'm going 3 miles. It is $20 each way.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a hustle now.
It is, but check this out. You know what's going to happen, right? Because I see them all over here. Waymo. I don't know how much they're charging for the Waymos, but people are all over here in the Waymos. And then when the Uber and Lyft drivers don't have a job anymore and the Waymo price goes way crazy, everybody's going to be mad.
It's coming.
Who?
She said, who?
Who? Listen, I haven't been on the bus since it was RTD.
RTD. Rough, tough, and dirty.
No.
Rough, tough, and dangerous.
No.
Rough, tough, and dirty.
Once I got my license and a car,
That was
really
it.
don't need to go back. For what? I can't do it.
What up, everybody?
And that's not 2 hours to get home. I remember when I went to summer school in North, and my parents didn't want me to go, so I took the bus. Everything I even leave stuff out by 6:45.
Concrete lifting experts. Riverside. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at groundworks.com.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate
That's what it was called, rough, tough, and dirty.
Solutions and real change.
Or rough, tough, and
Workshops,
dangerous.
2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where
What
your
up,
voice
y'all?
matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, the stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night.
Fool in there.
Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
What up, everybody? Hit that like button. Let me know you in here. Let me know you're here. Hit the like button.
Search for
Montreal, what up, Dev? Woo. Salute.
There's a big difference between being selfless and being a nice guy. So a nice guy is someone who acts selflessly in order to get something in return. Oh, your boyfriend just dumped you? Let me take you out to dinner for Valentine's Day just so you don't feel alone. I'm going to do it out of like the kindness of my heart. And then after a few months of doing this, surely you'll fall in love with me because I have all the qualities. I'm not going to abandon you like your boyfriend did. I'm going to be such a sacrificial, nice person. But at the end of it, nice guys want something. Nice guys aren't good guys. They're nice. Nice guys expect something in return. Good guys expect nothing in return. They're good because they want to be good, not because they're trying to use it as manipulation of you. When you say, I feel like I struggle to convey authenticity, why the do you even care about conveying authenticity? See, if your goal is to convey authenticity, then you want something in return. Stop trying to convey authenticity. Be authentic. If other people see it, they see it. If they don't see it, they don't see it.
Man, who was that cooking? Was that
Healthy Gamer?
That was Healthy Gamer. Yeah, he's 100% right. And I have to do this topic because I've been in this battle with a gentleman at my local cigar lounge who wants to perform, wants to be the nice guy, wants to show his worth, and he is unapologetic about why he's doing it. He wants the validation for doing it. Healthy Gamer said it perfectly, in my estimation. Said it perfectly. Don't be authentic so people can acknowledge that you're authentic. That is, in fact, being inauthentic, right? Authenticity does not need an audience. I know you don't want to hear it put that way, but again, just a subtle perspective change that we were never taught, right? Your authenticity doesn't need an audience. Oh my God. And so we're arguing back and forth, and he's, man, I mean, how else do I show up? And that, show up as yourself. Then it comes back to, nah, you know what? Zoe, I think you have an impossible standard for human beings. What about it? No, there's a very small amount of people that can reach that level of understanding.
How old is he again?
I think he'll be 49 in a couple of, and I'm like, what? First off, I'm not talking to everybody right now. I'm talking to you, bruh. You. This is why you run into the little potholes in life, because you want to play. He want to pull everybody, the world into it. The majority of the world is not like this, though. And I think, yes, there are a rare few people that can achieve a certain level. But for the rest of, I said, hey, sir, why are you speaking for everybody? I said, no, you want a team to support this foolishness you want. And I said, every time you come in here, I'm going to be cordial. I'm going to say hello. But the moment you try to strike up a conversation with me about any of this foolishness, I'm going to tear into you, brother. I'm sorry. I have to do it because I consider you as a friend. A real friend will pull your coattails and be like, hey, man, nah, that's not it. And he doesn't like the fact that, A, he starts the conversation knowing what he's going to get. Then he gets mad at what he gets. I'm like, listen, bro. And so This idea came up today, and it fits him so succinctly. Nicenary. He's a nicenary, not a mercenary, a nicenary, aka a nice mercenary. He's on the hunt for something, validation, approval, acknowledgement, whatever. He's on the hunt. So he weaponizes being nice. He's a nicenary. He wants to sing Princess If I Were Your Girlfriend, because he wants to know all of the nooks and crannies and intricate nuances so he can weaponize it with his niceness. Oh, I know what to get a reaction out of her. I know how I can get to acknowledgement. I know how I can get to validation. Right? Oh, man, this is going to be good tonight. 1-800-920-1580. Have you ever met a nicenary? Someone that just, this is not real care, compassion, consideration, concern. This is not real. This is all very performative. Have you met someone like, I've met tons of them. Nicenaries, aka nice mercenaries. If I were your girlfriend versus if I were the homie. Exposing the relationship op. We got a lot of people in our lives that perform to get what they need from us. There's some psychological underpinnings here. They act right so they can get what they want, even if what they want might be small. Of course, wanting or desiring things from people is on a spectrum. Some people want big things. Some people want small things. Some people want moderate-sized things. But if you're performing to get it, and even worse, performing kindness. Man, I hate disingenuous. Should I say hate? Andy, is hate a bad word? I don't hate. Let me just say that. It's a bad word to me. I don't hate people, but I vehemently, why do people say vehemently? It's vehement, vehemently dislike people who act like that. I hear people say that word all the time and say it wrong. Vehemently. No, it's vehemently. It's okay. But I don't like disingenuous people. I don't like living facades. It's a struggle for me. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. In a stage set for niceness, where shadows conspire, faux warmth masquerades. Igniting false desire, trading truth for a smile in a transactional dance. Each pleasantry is a currency, cloaked in pretense and cognitive romance. Nice ain't the virtue, it's a liquid gold heist. Peddling falsehoods disguised as a kindness slice, a gesture's facade. Playing games with the heart, yet beneath the bright mask lies the discordant part. Intimacy. People don't know about intimacy. It means see into me. See me. That's one of the most intimate things anybody could do, is actually see you and not run. See you and not judge. See you and not condemn, criticize, categorize. That's real intimacy. But let me ask the question, intimacy or strategy? Which mask do you wear in this game of chess? Is love a pawn or a queen's lair? As kindness morphs into more than mere skin deep, one risks the real deal while faking for keeps. Dig deeper, dig down. Can love breathe without air? When kindness mirrors comfort, it's a stealthy snare, transacting in shadows, while our true selves hide. In search of affection, we let vulnerability slide. The nice mercenary stands tall, a merchant of dreams, bartering fleeting moments, unraveling seams. In this economized love, we trade warmth for despair. Each exchange leaves traces of emotional wear and tear, caught in cycles like dancers on a worn-out stage. The fear drapes the fabric of this intricate cage. Chain-laden hearts racing, unwilling to fall. The mask serves as protection, but will it lead to our thrall? Yet here the paradox spins, a delicate plight. To embrace the discomfort ignites the inner fight. Trade comfort for truth. Let silent screams arise. In this crucible of conflict, our essence crystallize. Generational patterns etched deep into our bones, painting the landscape of emotional zones with wounds of the past, craving path through the soul, reflecting our fears while obscuring the whole. Wounds serve as teachers. Scars map the terrain beneath the surface. The rawness remains. Awake to the echoes that reverberate loud. No more counterfeit kindness. You gotta stand fiercely proud. Come witness the mercenary, the friend in disguise, the lover in disguise, the wife in disguise, the husband in disguise, the family member in disguise. Acknowledge the shadows, the truth in the lies. Navigate this labyrinth. Embrace every strife, for peace ain't the silence. It's gotta be a vibrant life. So dance in the friction where fire meets frost. Find warmth in chaos. Count every lost cost. Reject the prison of niceness. Let the armor lay bare in authenticity's arms. You'll feel the world share. Feel the awakening. Past facades you've cast. As love shakes the earth, ignite futures past. Release those bonds woven with strings of old pain. In this realm of coherence, let your spirit break the chains. Absorb every lesson. Unravel the ruse. In the theater of truth, oh, what will you choose? Only when we dismantle the shields we once wore can we dance in the open, be the loud and the sore. Pushing perspectives, dare to flip the script. Awaken your essence from where dreams had been clipped. For the soul's true power is in questions that burn. Transcend the nice grip. Let the tables now turn. In this arena of connection, defy every norm. Embrace all dimensions, weather calm and the storm. I'm tired of people faking interest, but looking for resources, looking for supply. You're faking caring. You're a nicenary. You're here for something, and your niceness, your feigned niceness, you think is a passport because you look for weak people, right? That have weak boundaries. So your nice performance will work on them. You're a relational salesperson. Oh my God. Tonight we're going to unmask the nice mercenary. The hidden cost of faux pleasing in relationships. When we come forward, the voice of reason is opening up the phone lines. Let's get this national discussion underway. Did you say chocolate? What up, what up, what up? Was it good? Good setup? Much love, much love, much love. Everybody, please hit the like button. We got 34 people. This is how we get into the algorithm. If you want us in the algorithm, if you want YouTube to send this out to more people, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know what we own. Let everybody know what we own today. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the like button now, 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 now. We got 36 people, 24 likes. That means 12 people didn't do the job. The likes are free. And Dev Woos, was it Dev Woos who hit us with a super chat? We appreciate the super chats. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So instead of hitting the like button, 5 people left. What up, Diamond? It was wishful thinking to ask people to like the show. What's going to happen when I stop doing this? And then you're going to hear some new person emerge that has, like, it's been happening ever since I started this. 2008. The videos are archived. These shows are archived. People go right on YouTube, listen, study, and regurgitate everything I said. What happens when somebody else rises saying everything that I say now? When I walk away, because it's going to happen. When I walk away, what happens then? Man, do you know how people be watching the classics? I watch some of the comments throughout the week. People are commenting on videos from 10 years ago. They comment on new videos, but they're commenting on, man, I'll come back to this one. This one is still relevant today. A clinician would say, I gave you language for what previously didn't have a language. In other words, it wasn't articulated. I'm giving the culture the language on how to articulate certain things. I'm not being an ass about it. That's just natural, right? But what happens when I'm like, all right, then, have at it. We'll see.
Think about this. Every woman that your man runs back to and leaves you for is, okay? Why? Because that's what men like. They won't ever admit it, but that's what they like. Okay? They don't like the good girl. It gets boring after about a month. Then they're ready for something exciting, something challenging, something that will keep them on the edge of their seats, something that they can actually work for, okay? If you give everything up too easy, I love you, I'll do whatever you want. After about a month, that gets old, and then he's off to the next one, okay? So don't do it. Don't cook, don't wash dishes, don't do any of that, okay? Don't sleep with a man until he spent at least over $1,000 on you. You know, at least $2,000, depending on how much money he has. Okay, I've said this in my last videos. If you've given it up for a cheeseburger, you're stupid. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. Just gonna tell you. Okay? I'm telling you how to get what you want. You know, you can't be a pushover.
Hey, wait, hold on. Who in the entire hell is this lady?
Some random.
Oh. I gotta ask somebody a question. Don't sleep with him until he spends $1,000. Is that's all it's worth? Is or 2,000? Well, wait a minute. Let me say something different. Well, depending on how much you get. Doesn't that sound like survival? Doesn't it? Like
Shira 7.
Shira. Oh, it's her. We done played clips of okay. In the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. This sounds desperate. This sounds like I've got to. This sounds like I'm my own pimp. I've got to market me. I'm the product. Is that not what she sounds like? That's what that sounds like to me.
All women feel that way. That's not all. Some.
Some. But my goodness. This is why, I'm telling you, this is why this culture we live in has created this schism, this anything spiritual, right? And we say spiritual, right? Or the new term, mindful. Anything that requires an elevated level of consciousness, that's too much work. It's unattainable. Let me go to the low-hanging fruit, which is my shape, my face, my everything else. And then the men go out there and tap dance. They soft shoe, right? Look what I got. Look what I bought. Look what I did. Look what I made. Look what do you? And it's all a performance. Let me hear. Just can. Are we gonna play it from the top? How much is it? Okay, we'll just pick up where she's at. My goodness.
Okay, because there's always some man that looks worse. Okay, and they all make money. They can get a paycheck, you know. So you don't have to take crap from somebody just because you think they're cute or oh this is a good person, partner, whatever. If they're not treating you good, they're not good for you. Okay, if they're not making you a priority, they're not good for you. If you have to call them, text them, and they don't call you and text you back, get you nice. Okay. When I used to date, if you didn't call me, if I called you and you didn't call me, I was going out with the next person. Okay. I didn't play that, and you know. I would give them a good amount of time, you know, and if I didn't hear back, I'm like, you know what, I'm going out with my life. And then they would call back, oh, I'm sorry, I'm on a date. Click. And men's egos are so fragile, they'll think you're joking.
Pause. She said men's egos are so fragile, but her ego seems a little fragile here because she needs the validation and attention, which is why if you don't call her or show some type of an effort, do you see how toxic our society is? Effort is important for broken people. Show up. I need you to show up. Wait a minute. I'm not saying across the board you're not supposed to show up for your girl. What I'm saying is it shouldn't be an obligation. It should be organic. Our relationships are not organic. They're dictated by unhealed wounds. She sounds anxious, preoccupied. You didn't call me back. I'm on to the next source of validation and attention. Sounds like narcissism to me, but am I wrong? And if she's married, what is that dude dealing with? In the name of, when we come forward, do you see toxic niceness is running rampant? Hey, Lloyd, thank you for that. Hey, Lloyd, thank you for that Cash App, brother. or like the city girls. Remember how the city girls were talking all that reckless, wild madness? But all of them booed up, got guys chilling. Totally counterintuitive to what the records are saying. Hey, Ronan, you got to get in here, bro. Oh, Ronan is in here. Oh, it's on. Ronan is in here. I do want to talk to the men tonight. Do you guys fake nice? Are you guilty of putting on a show? I want to talk to the brothers that put on a show. Okay. I want to talk to the brothers that don't put on a show and why. I want to talk to the women that go for the show. Charles, get on the line then. Here we go. Oh, no, we still got time. I'm sorry. When I'm at City Hall, allegedly. Hey, Charles, get on the line. 1-800-920-1580. Meat curtains make the queef. I read that shit. VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside. What did I do, niece? Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just I want to hear from y'all tonight on this topic. This is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff. I was at the Huff and Puff for today.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy.
The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Moderators, put that number in there. Spam it so people can see it. I don't know. Is that a real person? No profanity on the air. No profanity. Miss Bear 95. What up? What up? It's all right. I got a little time for you, Chris. Don't be scared. The blunt should make you clear-minded, right? That's why you smoke it. Chill you out, right? Opposite. Got it. Here we go. That was our longest break.
I didn't care about being consistent. I didn't care about how well I played along, what other people expected and wanted of me. My doctor had said that my chances of making it past 1 year after my diagnosis were very low, given the state of my condition. Now, over a year and a half later, I felt like I was basically living 3 extra days. In a way, my life felt like it had ended on that 1 year mark. I felt like I was a ghost who only haunted himself. I saw myself almost as a carcass of life, of regrets, yet still filled with the spirit of who I really was, who I had always wanted to be. I felt separate from everything, yet still present. It was one of those strange states that's impossible to translate to anyone who's never been in it, never outlived their own death. I looked at Kate. I've never felt like myself with anyone. I told her. I didn't mean you specifically. You didn't do anything. No one did. It was my fault. What do you mean, John? She said, her tone loosening and opening up a bit. I blew it. I did so much wrong. Kate leaned in closer toward me, shifting her hand a bit inside mine. I looked up at the ceiling. What are you talking about? Everyone loves you, John. Everyone I've ever known that knows you, that spent time with you, loved you, loves you. I looked back over at her. Her face was softer now, stretching vertically rather than scrunching horizontally. She realized this wasn't about her or us. My whole life, I was so worried about whether or not people liked me, loved me. I did everything I could to ensure that everyone did, that everyone thought I was the greatest. Oh, John is so great. He's this and he's that. I changed so much about myself to make sure that happened. In moments, in phases, in years. I always went this way instead of that way.
Man, I love the voice of reason on KVLA Talk 15.8. I'm going to tell you why, man. This This show is the embodiment of the humanities. Do you understand? It's philosophical, spiritual, psychological, it's clinical, it's empirical, it's deep, man. I love this show. I love this platform. It's layered. It's spiritual, right? It's not just one lane. It's deeply nuanced, right? It's like the humanities. And it is important that we seek every day of our lives, every step we take, we seek to become better. And part of being better is to understand people, how we interface and interact with one another, and why. Why would we even seek to do such a thing, right? And why should we recoil? There's so many answers, right, to questions we have yet to ask. And that's what this show's ultimate purpose is. We're talking about nice mercenaries tonight. People who weaponize niceness to extrapolate resources from you and others. Maybe I'm talking about you. And I know sometimes these conversations can be deeply uncomfortable, triggering, but I'm with it. Let's go on this ride together, unmasking the nice mercenary, the hidden costs, right, of performative people-pleasing in relationship, equity-based people-pleasing. Oh, yes, they're pleasing, but they're pleasing you. It's a down payment on something. You didn't even know your resources were in layaway. they acting right as a down payment to get it out. You guys remember layaway? Yeah. The hidden cost of performative pleasing, people pleasing in relationships. Here's your psychological insight. Explore how the fawn response impacts emotional regulation, leading to self-neglect. Your philosophical insight examines the ethical implications of self-sacrifice for societal approval, relational approval, familial approval, questioning the very validity of unconditional or questioning the validity of conditional love. And then your empirical/clinical insight will investigate attachment theory and its correlation with the development of nice mercenary traits in childhood. And then the spiritual metaphysical insight discusses how sacrificing true self, your true self, your true authentic self, diminishes spiritual connectivity and hinders your personal growth. From kindness to coercion, the fine line between generosity and manipulation. Oh, God. We're going to analyze the psychological mechanisms that allow manipulation to masquerade as kindness and create dependency, right? The philosophical insight will allow us to delve into the nature of altruism, questioning whether genuine kindness can exist alongside ulterior motives. A NICENARY. They're out here. And then your clinical and empirical insights examine case studies showcasing the repercussions of coercive kindness in therapy settings. Heavy stuff. We got a caller on the line. Let's get him up in here. You already know what it is. It's about to be a show. So, Ronan from Naptown is in the building. What up, Ronan? What's the melody, man? You know? All right. How you doing, bro? I'm good, man. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I'm not throwing the idea of these cuddle gangers. I don't like the idea.
A cuddle ganger? What is it? What's a cuddle ganger?
It's basically short for a cuddly doppelganger.
Say more.
Well, I mean, so just like the whole NICENARY, which is kind of fraudulent, it's like, for what end is this supposed to serve anybody, especially when the real you shows up?
Well, wait, if we go back to the first clip, the young lady was basically saying if you're not making her life better, you're basically wasting her time. So when you stop making someone's life better, i.e., stop performing, stop delivering deliverables, then you're no more use. That's the end game, I think. Talk to me.
Well, I mean, that's someone who's looking for some utilitarian eunuch. But when we talk about being authentic, we're talking about giving people a fair chance to see the good and the bad and accepting you for who you are without any extras.
But that's too much work, Ronan. You know that.
Well, but the thing is, you appreciate things you labor for.
Yeah, but people don't like emotional labor. They don't like intellectual labor. They don't like intimate labor. They don't like anything that's laborious. They don't like it. They don't like self-labor when it comes to doing the individuation work. Labor is not a good term in this culture. Ronan, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, think about when you're hungry. Are you going to sit there and complain, or are you actually going to sow seeds for the things you need?
I think a lot of people have relationships inverted. They think people should come pre-packaged with all of the amenities like their condo. Amenity love. You know what? That's a topic. Amenity. Amenities love. Because this is what I signed up for, all the things, right?
I mean, when you think about it, it's like when you're comfortable with your authentic self, you expect people to show up as who they are, and you learn how to adapt and understand where they're coming from. That's what true love is. So, I mean, you got not just put in work, but sometimes work, is put in for yourself. Like when they can really be comfortable being around you with a mask or anything like that, you'd be surprised what you see.
But see, you're talking about tapping into being.
Yeah.
All the effort comes with doing. And doing is about acquiring. Acquiring is about filling the need. Do you see where I'm going with that linear progression? Filling the need. When I tell you, when you tap all the way into your being, you're going to find something that is so old, it doesn't have an age. Do you see what I'm saying? You're going to find something so powerful that it can't be measured. So amazing and loving and healing that it can't be described, right? But the problem with that is it requires some kind of effort inside, right? Internal. So, no, that's too much. I'd rather this person show up and just make this life comfortable. Talk to me.
Yeah. Well, this is what I tell people by initially being able to say, tell me the truth, especially if it hurts. Because the thing is, I'm going to see how you're going to handle that opportunity. Either you're really going to sit there and show out, or you might have reservations, but if you're comfortable telling me the truth and you give me an opportunity to give it with an honest answer and respond accordingly, then, there's so many opportunities to open up to different things of myself. But if I can't trust you with the truth, then it usually ends right there.
So, as a man, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Men really know this conditional kindness stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because, a lot of men who, maybe they had a tough childhood upbringing or whatever, go to nice behaviors, right?
Yeah.
As a means of communication, right? I like you, or I'm interested. This is why I did this. Talk to me about what conditional kindness looks like in men. Don't answer now. I wanted to give you a second to think. What does conditional kindness look like in men? And how do we go after women with conditional kindness? When we come forward, more from Indianapolis. Now, I want a lady. I want a woman. I want a woman to get in here. I want a woman to get in here so I can ask her the same kind of question.
Short Film Festival featuring 22 powerful short films by emerging Black women.
But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NICENARIES Ad Council. Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything? Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef. This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One.
The who? What up, Zoe? Straight up from Mozambique. What up?
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detour.
Hey, where is John? How come John ain't on the phone?
In LA County by providing educational
Roman, you should call in here.
spaces for community.
Everybody should let Roman know what we talking about. Roman said, what you preaching on tonight? Y'all give Roman a breakdown.
It's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators in making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have a chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detour's Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Is it possible to empty the mind of the moon? One must have asked this question vaguely or with a purpose because one suffers, one has anxieties, where it's possible to go beyond, or one has vague hints of it. Now we are asking it. We are asking it as a question which must be answered, as a challenge which must be responded to. And this challenge is not an outward challenge, but a psychological inward challenge. And we're going to find out whether it is possible to
empty the mind of the moon. Look at the whole tree. Actually look at it. You are the observer, and the oak is the observed. There is a space between you and the thing which is the tree. In that interval of space is time. Well, the time that has to be covered to see that's the object. In that interval of space, there are all kinds of ideas which actually prevents me from seeing the fact of the tree. When we no longer know, no longer thought functioning as knowledge about that tree, then is there a space between you and the tree? Then, if you go into it very deeply and observe all this, then the observer is the observer, which is not the observer identifies himself with the tree. Observer is the image.
Nah, Krishna, you not finna do that to us, Uncle Hurty. What? So wait a minute. If we follow the logic of the great sage, could our own brokenness be a co-conspirator in attracting the Nicenary? Krishnamurti is famous for that quote. The observer is the observed. Right? This is a mirrored concept to his famous, another famous quote that he said, which was relationship as a mirror. Now, if we apply that to what the original clip from the beginning of the show articulated, if you're not bringing something into my life, if you're not up-leveling me and you know, all of this selfishness, could one, from that perspective, call in an equally or even more selfish person than themselves? Could someone who refuses to look at the work that is necessary for them to do, right, and put all of that on their partner, right? You show up the way I need you to show up, and that's how you unlock my kindness, my niceness. How could I even see your kindness, your consideration, your compassion as anything but a performance if it's predicated on how I show up for you? But why does it work on me? These are the questions that are important to ask. When we come forward, you already know I'm going back to Indianapolis. We're going to keep it cooking.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
It's a bunch of fuckery. It is.
As a law school graduate and a theologian with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Time Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Voice of
of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, undo the call. Has your soulmate become your soulmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turn-offs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy? The child wasn't here, and you still had to pay child support.
What up, Shook Mac 510?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like, this okay, roll up there.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. He hit you with a bad vibes routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man on the inside. They're gonna show their weaknesses.
How do you write women so well?
So Williams. Reason and accountability. The voice of reason.
And when someone becomes more important to us, and even if for superficial reasons, right? You could see someone in a coffee shop, and they immediately become important to you because you think they're so attractive and you want them so badly. But when someone becomes important to us in that way, or to some need we're trying to meet, the stakes suddenly become very high. And when the stakes become high, the cost of mistakes feels great.
Ooh.
So now we don't want to make any mistakes. Now we want to perform perfectly, because we don't want to do anything that could scare this person away, anything that could get us rejected, anything that could ruin this thing that we've decided we want and is important to us. So now begins all of the behavioral patterns that you see when it feels like the stakes are really high. You see it in sports too, by the way. Someone could be playing a casual game with their friends and having the game of their life, but suddenly throw them into an environment that's a competition environment, or something that actually feels like, oh, you need to win this, or it feels important, and all of a sudden the game goes out of the window. Some of this I'm setting up because within everything I've said are some of the clues as to how we might begin to redress the balance and regain some of our personal power in the situation. Because it's kind of a sad thing that happens. Some of it is natural. Like someone's just going to become more important to you, and as they do, the stakes feel higher, we get a bit more nervous. In some ways, all of that is just a part of romance. To have none of that would be it would be a small tragedy, firstly, because we just wouldn't get to feel some of those wonderful things that we like to feel early on and that propel us forward. But the danger becomes when all of that becomes too great. It's the same with getting on stage. Having some nerves before getting on stage can be a wonderful thing. It can engage you in the process. It can make you do your best. It shows you that there's something you care about in this performance. To have none would be, I think, a disadvantage. But to have so many that you become a different performer on stage than your best, or that you get stage fright and don't go on stage altogether, that's where the problems arise. So maybe we could just start by highlighting what are some of the things that we do when we have put someone on a pedestal in this way, when we start to think the stakes are impossibly high. What are some of the damaging behaviors that we engage in?
Well, I think one of the ones we do is we stop focusing on connection. I mean, we're in LA, right? It's the same idea. If people see famous people or they're interacting at a party with famous people, you start behaving in a way where you're trying to dance over laser beams to make sure that you say the right thing that they like or they agree with you. And then you're stifled. You're not really being who you are. You're not focusing on connecting with the human being in front of you. You're like, hopefully I can do the right Jedi mind tricks and the right phrases that are gonna light them up, and I'll agree with them on the right opinions. So I don't always even think of it as us being too nice. I think of it as us being overthinking and being really closed up and tight. And that tight energy, people can kind of sense that you're not really just letting it out who you
Being
are.
too nice is a byproduct, right? That's a symptom of the things that we're talking about. Because what happens is, if you're a comedian who's so scared of hurting anyone's feelings, then you're going to end up on stage being just someone who's very nice.
Exactly, yeah.
And you're not going to have any of that edge that makes some people not feel like you're that great, and some people think, oh my God, I would go to see this person live anytime because they.
Hey, Matthew Hussey? Matthew Hussey. He be cooking. I love it. Listen, it happens all the time, right? But relationships are one of the worst places to be disingenuine. It happens all the time, but it's absolutely one of the worst places to be disingenuine. People are going to feel it. They're going to call it out at some point, or they may fake with you because they might be getting something from whatever it is that they're giving you. Like this transactional exchange might be good for the both of you. But if you know that it's coming from a disingenuous place, an inauthentic place, my goodness, that's got to be hell to be caught in that cycle. You're listening to the Voice of Reason on KBLA Talk 1580. The call line is 1-800-920-1580. I got to get back to my brother from Indianapolis, Ronan. Ronan, you remember the question, right? Brother Ronan, you there? Don't tell me we lost Ronan. Yeah, we got you, Ronan. You remember the question about conditional kindness and men? Ronan, are you there?
I want to make sure you hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, Ronan. We got you.
Take us off speakerphone or headphone.
I think that's what it is, Ronan. You got us on speakerphone or headphones. Just take us off that, or well, just call us back now. 1-800-920-1580. Now, Houston, Texas. Atala from Houston, Texas is on the line. Atala, talk to me. What are your thoughts?
Man, I wanted to hear what Ronan was gonna say. I was sitting here waiting on Zay to say.
No, we gonna get him. You want to hear Ronan, and we come back to you. Is that what you want?
I mean, if y'all have the time, yeah.
There you go. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Ronan, and we're gonna come back to you, niece. Ronan, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, here we go. Listen, Boost Mobile, man.
Oh, wow.
It's okay, Ronan. It's all right.
I'm working hard. I'm upgrade.
Nah, it's all good, brother. But you remember the question, right? About, this conditional kindness that a lot of men perpetrate against women. And, they use it as a kind of bait to pull women in. But then if men don't get, what they want from women, you've heard it before. I spent $100 at Red Lobster. I'm getting something tonight. You gonna kiss something? Something got to get kissed now.
Yeah, I've heard quite a few of those plastic platitudes are the main thing.
Plastic fork platitudes? What in the world?
So you'll sit there and compliment a woman, but then when she doesn't give you what she wants, or she's bald-headed, she's just in a third, like, okay, here we go with that.
Here we go.
Or you got an individual who tries to buy her a drink or something, and then he's basically railing her all night, which is goofy.
Right.
Or get the ones that play in relationships. So they'll say all the right things, do all the right things, and when it comes to be the right thing, something comes up. Something isn't quite right. And not only are you wasting time, but you're wasting that person's opportunity to be better, but the one who's doing it basically robs himself opportunity to find something.
And of course, we trailing her all night is diabolical. I mean,
yeah,
it does happen too. But why is it so difficult to balance out these conversations? I believe that toxicity is bidirectional. I don't think, oh, men are more toxic than women. Women are not toxic. You know, that puppy dogs and, you know, girls, what was the old saying? Puppy dogs is, or something, candy and spice. Girls are made candy and spice, and men are made, whatever that old saying was. I just think, you know, yeah, snakes and snails and puppy dog tails, right? I think we struggle to call women out. Like even on the clinical side, you're starting to see a rise in covert narcissism, which is different than grandiose narcissism. And a lot of women are being hit with that diagnosis of covert narcissism, right? And they'll say this is the emotional narcissist, or the not emotional. What is the word they use for it? The empathetic narcissist, even though a narcissist doesn't feel empathy, right? So it's like they have a struggle calling out the women. So I'm asking you, have you ever met women that, you see, men have conditional kindness, right? But could you frame it that some women have conditional caring?
I think she has like femininity fits.
Man, I'm gonna throw my phone out the window if you keep femininity fits. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, there are some who like to use their womanly wiles to their advantage. Like some will play coy, others will be pseudo nurturing until they get a chance to neuter you. Others, they'll.
Where is he? Where is Ronan from? What is? Are you from Indianapolis? Are people in Naptown like this?
No.
She gonna nurture you until you're neutered? Is that what? And come on.
Well, the thing is, like when you have ulterior motives, what people believe is being nurtured is kind of like an emotional neurotoxin in a way. So the thing is, like some will, like you said, like some will say and do the right things, but it's all about positioning, male or female. Once they get you in a certain position, either they find comfort you being in there while limiting you, or it's a position to destroy you.
So you're telling me this is about control. So I can perform care, compassion, attentiveness. I can perform all of this just to maintain a certain level of control. And I think it goes both ways. Like I said, I think it's bidirectional. I think men do it to women, but I also think women do it to men.
Yeah, you're right. It's gender neutral because the thing is, like, it's about conditional compliance.
Conditional compliance. I'm listening, man. Keep going. You're cooking.
So just like any hunter, you need to use the right bait. What does this person respond to? Do these person words of affirmation? Do these person want kindness? Does this person respond to certain things? Are they superficial?
Wait, stop. Hold on. Are you telling me the love languages can be weaponized as relational bait? Keep going.
Well, they can be used as bait, but you have to gauge the person's love for the lie.
Ooh. You got to gauge the person's love for the lie. Say more.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing is, like, if you make the lie more enticing enough or believable enough, not only will they fight for the lie, they will live and die for the lie.
Oof.
Even if it is slowly destroying them or embarrassing them on a public level, they'll justify it and say, well, it's really you gave the lie a face.
Huh.
That's what they're like.
But they can only love the lie if they're lying to themselves and they're self-avoidant. That's the underpinning of selling them a lie, right? They have to be self-avoidant, and they can't be doing any internal work to heal themselves, work on themselves. None of that has to be present, right?
Well, I mean, you think about it, it's kind of a weird mutual relationship. While there's conditional kindness, there's actual conditional victimhood.
Ooh.
So the thing is, like, oh, this person was toxic, this person was a narcissist. No, you were addicted to the radiation.
Hey, listen. Hold on. Hold on one second. Andy, I think we need a praise break. I do. Andy, do we have a praise break on deck for Ronan? I think we need a praise break. Man, conditional victimhood? That means I could pull out the victim coupon whenever I throw a tantrum. I didn't get what I thought I was supposed to get. What?
Yeah, you have Coke coupons, you got enough points, you can cash them in, and you get not only what you want, but you'll get sympathy for being conniving.
Wow. Ronan, you on complete fire tonight, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to like being authentic, you're not going to be perfect. Actually, you're going to expect to be making mistakes. But when it comes to love, and love is more action than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is like if you see this person improving, like just say like I tell you and a number of others, I want you to be better than the last time I seen you, even if it's a little bit. It's not just for me. I benefit from seeing a better version of yourself, but even if I'm gone from this plane of existence, I want you to understand, like, there's a better version of yourself that needs to be seen for you. That's not made for me. My walk, your walk is your walk and mine is mine. But while we're here, we got to sit there and reflect that with each other because every pillar of influence does need maintenance.
Listen, man. You've been to the Krishnamurti retreat in Ojai, haven't you? You was up there meditating, huh? You got some spiritual downloads, boy.
I just stumbled over there for a little bit.
Hey, man, I love it, brother. I love it. I love it. Guess what you just did, Ronan?
Indianapolis back to the building. Much love, Atale.
Yeah, Naptown is in the building. Listen, when we come forward, we're going to leave Indianapolis. And by the time we come all the way full circle, we're going to be in Houston, Texas. Let's get ready for these calls. Hey, hey, Ronan cooked that up nice. Hey, Ronan cooked it up. Hey, Ronan cooked it up. The Foundry for life.
And the first thing I think I want to do is just remind you a little bit and remind myself of why our soul is not for sale. I think that's even more exciting than just proving that it isn't, but there is a world of miracles, there's a world of magic, there's a world of possibilities, there's a world of content, there's a world of next steps, there's a world of joy, there's a world of answers trying to happen. And we've trained ourselves to be more caught in have-tos, making our God more, I'll go to a job I hate, I'll stay in a connection or a friendship that doesn't align with me, I'll keep sacrificing that thing, and part of the reason is because I don't understand what it is. You know, it's hard to get someone to commit to something they haven't ever experienced before. You know, once you have a flash of a moment of grace or possibility or miracles or joy or something higher, you suddenly shift to spending your whole life wanting to get back to that feeling. Right? I imagine many of the people in this audience have had a moment like that, where all of a sudden the thing they were chasing for in the physical realm didn't touch the joy and the freedom that happens when you let go of that and just have a moment you weren't planning on, and you just suddenly see a tree in a different way, or like realize everything's okay, or you just feel something that feels like God taking over, and you go, what was that? And some people have a what was that, oh well, and go back to what they think is reality. But to me, that was a glimpse of a miracle. That was a glimpse of possible. That was a glimpse of joy. That was a glimpse of freedom. And a glimpse of where you could live. Like, that's not just a...
I love Kyle Cease's work. He's cooking. This is what he's describing what we're supposed to feel in relationship, how our lives are supposed to feel in general. Not a glimpse, right? Not the space in between seconds, tick and the tock, right? We're supposed to live in this space all the time. We live in a space now. Okay, that's too deep. That's too much. I've had enough. Let's go back to the superficial. That's where we live, right? Because when we go internally into ourselves, deeply, profoundly, right? You know what happens? For many of us, we get afraid, right? And the superficial, basic, I'll use you for this, you use me for that world we live in makes more sense, because we've never been taught that when we go in to ourselves and deal with us as we are, this is what life is supposed to feel like. And you get better and better as you learn how to deal with yourself. You get better with other people. Dealing with other people is a direct reflection of your ability to deal with yourself. If you haven't been able to deal with you, if you haven't been able to reconcile you, man, you're not going to be able to deal with folk. How might the desire to be seen as nice obscure one's authentic self-expression in relationships? Kyle Cease was just talking about this effervescent kind of moment we have, and then we try to get back to it because we only get a glimpse of it, is what he said. In what ways does the compulsion to fawn over others undermine genuine connections within intimate relationships? Can the urge to please serve as both a protective shield and a self-imposed limitation in intimate relationships? What hidden motivations might drive individuals to sacrifice their needs for the comfort of others? Are you a NICENARY? Are you weaponizing caring, kindness, compassion, and niceness to get what you want? Right? How does the fear of abandonment influence the facades we wear in social interactions? What distinctions exist between kindness and moral obligation in the context of relational integrity? Can the archetype of the nice person become a latent form of manipulation within a relationship? How does one navigate the paradox of maintaining personal boundaries while wishing to be perceived as kind? When we come forward, the voice of reason going back to the phone lines, it's about to get crazy because Texas just stepped in the house. I'm taking 2 gummies after this is crazy. What does it look like when I leave? What does it look like when I leave? Mm-hmm. Here we go. John, thank you. Brother John, thank you, brother. John hit the cash app. We got 2 cash apps, Lloyd and Lloyd Hinton and John Gilbreth the second. Let's all shout out those 2 brothers. Those cash apps, they mean a lot. So thank you. King Lloyd, Brother John. I'm thinking I've only got one. All right, we gotta have to run through these quick because we're on the back end of this time. Oh. Here we go. See, sometimes the breaks are a little longer because I extend the talk time. We have a little clock. Sometimes I extend the clock so the breaks be a little longer. Oh, I had jerk chicken today. That shit was spicy than a motherfucker.
What I love that you say about authenticity is because it's not a tangible thing, right? We can't measure it. It's not visible. But what I love how the question that you ask in the book is just to notice when it's not there.
Yeah.
Because that it feels like a hollowness or like a fake smile or something.
That's right. And haven't we all had the experience of being in a conversation with somebody, and then afterwards, I wasn't being honest there. I wasn't being authentic there. I was agreeing in order to be liked, or I wasn't saying what it was for me because I was afraid I would be rejected, or I was just trying to fit in. And there's a kind of, as you say, there's a kind of hollow feeling about it. The thing is to notice that without being critical of oneself. Like I used to feel shame around that when I would do that in the past, and I remember that shame. The thing is to be curious about it. Wonder why I did that. Wonder what made me do that. What was my fear?
I love Gabor Mate, I think. Mate? Gabor Mate or Mate? I love him. I love his work. Got some of his books. He's deep and he's on point. A lot of us pretend and fake and tap dance. A nicenary is tonight's topic, aka the nice relationship mercenary. Somebody who's coming hunting for something in particular from you. Let me get right to the callers because we got a few and I want to get them all in. So, my niece, Attila, Houston, Texas. Get in here. Listen, it's all Texas. all the way. It's all Texas.
Let's go.
All the
I
way.
love us.
Texas is in the building right now. Okay, your
It's a friendly
thoughts?
state. Okay, you had a question that you asked Ronan. Ask me that same question. I remember what you said, but I need you to ask it again.
No, it was about conditional kindness. And I was like, you know how men perform, right? They try to act nice, they try to act, like gentlemen, but really they're out for something, right? There's an objective in their kindness, right? And if they don't get it, that's when the conditions of that kindness show up. And you as a woman, you've experienced that, I'm sure, right?
Absolutely.
Now,
It's pretty easy for me to spot because I have that avoided side, but go ahead.
but now, the same question I asked him, I'm asking you, if we were to invert that, what would that look like? What would that look like with women being performative, right?
Performing. With women is the typical nurturing, but then the other side of it is you might fine tune your abilities, your giving abilities to that man, right? So if, for example,
Wait,
you have a man.
no, Atala, don't make it sweet. She said you would fine tune your giving ability.
You fine tune your giving abilities to that man. So whatever it is that man is requiring, you become that. But I can definitely tell you what it leads to. And that's ultimatums, forced engagements, delayed divorces, decade-long situationships. Need I go on?
Ooh, so women engage in this kind of conditional kindness and nurturing and loving too.
100%. And I think the reason why they get away with this is because they're already in the relationship. And once you're in a relationship, people tend to stop talking. But go ahead.
Are you saying there's tiers to your kindness? Tiered kindness? When do we
like evaluation packages?
When do we get to the final boss stage? What in the world? This is happening? Talk to me, niece.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think the big reason why She-Ra is so popular is because she's not only talking about like, oh, you need to give his money. She's essentially kind of like coaching them how to do it. So I find it very interesting because as long as you align with like society's roles for you, whether that's gender roles or whatever the case may be, you probably are going to be susceptible to this type of energy. You know what I mean?
Wow. Really?
100%. 100%. Because you're playing a character. You're not being yourself. And one more thing I'm going to say before I go, I think in terms of like being present with a person, you have to appreciate where you stand with them first.
Attila, guess what you just did? Houston, Texas is on the board. Oh my God, we got callers. I got to get to them, right? I got time? Man, let's get to Reverend L. Dallas, Texas is on the board. Dallas, my brother Reverend. What are your...
I got something to say.
Uh-oh, let me get out your way. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go another route with this right now. That NICENARIES, it comes in, it's really good. But I noticed, this is just my take on it. I looked at it as that's a simp game, man. That is for the simps.
Ooh.
And the simps like to play that fake nice, oh yeah, I love you and all this other stuff. Appreciate it. Hit me. Yeah, crank them organs up because the simp game is at 100% these days. And a lot of times the bad boy role ain't what it is no more. It's more like, oh, I'm more in tune with nature and I'm in tune with the vibes and all this. All these trigger words that catch these women up and they think that they're a thing that is a nice guy. I really met a nice man. And I'm talking about real women. I ain't talking about these ducks. Because ducks already, that's a whole nother situation. I'm talking about women out here that actually got their stuff together. Like Attila said herself, she said she's still coming, so she don't even entertain that type of stuff. But a lot of these dudes that come with that fake mercenary type stuff, they act like they're caring, all this other good things like that, and they what they do is they're mistaking niceness, the women are mistaking niceness with kindness.
And kindness is different from niceness.
Right.
If you do something against me, I ain't nice to you no more. But that kindness, that kindness is different. It's, hey, I'm sorry. That's kindness. That ain't got nothing to do with nice. Being able to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Putting things to the side. It's a little different. But man, listen, you already know, men, we play the long game.
Yeah.
We play the long game. And these simps got the long game mastered, bro. The simps got the long game mastered. They play the long game as long as possible until they get ready to strike. And then that lady get caught up. And that woman who got caught up in that situation, all they saw was the shadow. They saw the shadow of that person. They didn't see the real person.
Ooh.
I'm through with the Sims, man. I'm through with them. I'm through with the Sims.
Hey, guess what you just did, Rev?
Say one last thing, brothers.
Go ahead.
The Sims poison. They poison these nice women. They give them sweet poison. And then now, when it comes to a man that actually wants to be in a woman's life, they gotta go tear down all these walls that somebody else has done to somebody with that woman. And now you question yourself, man, is it worth it?
I love it. I love it, brother.
Hey, and I'm out of here, man. I brought Dallas, Texas in the building. Shout out Oak Cliff, Texas.
Yes, sir. Oak Cliff is in the house. Hey, when we come forward, guess where we going? Back to Houston, Texas. We got a lot to talk about. Texas up in here. Hey, Chitlin Pimp, man, long time no see. Thank you, brother. Everybody in here should have hit the like button on that $100 super chat. I feel the same way with the women's side. Exactly. Thank you, Chitlin Pimp, for always ducking in here every now and again and supporting us, man. We appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, this was fire. And I wonder what's going on with YouTube. YouTube is tripping, y'all. This is not normal. You see how many people are in here? Not normal. Not normal. No, for sure. You see how many people are in here? Exactly. They do that too. Yep. Yep. Let me be nice then is stupid. YouTube said, well, let me be nice then.
Stuck in my life right now.
Oh, all right, how exciting. That means you're at a crossroads and can go anywhere. That's another way to look at it, you understand? Because by saying I feel stuck, the only reason you feel stuck is because you have definitions that create that sensation. There is no such thing as an inherently difficult situation. No such thing. Only your beliefs and definitions allow you to experience it that way. So the paradox and the power in the paradox is an understanding that if you feel stuck, the only reason you can actually have an experience of feeling stuck is that you're actually not stuck. Because you have to be connected, you have to be flowing, you have to be moving and creating in order to create an experience of feeling that you're not. That's the paradox.
Hey, that's Bashar. Got his eyes closed. Talking with his eyes closed, holding his hands like, yeah, Bashar is a different dude. I liked it. I liked the clip. You know, I understand what he's saying. He's talking about perspectivity, right? And if your perspective defines a situation as intractable, then, you know, you're going to feel that way. I like his work. But let me get my final caller in here. Oh, Baki. Baki from Houston, Texas just dropped. Call back if you want to get on. We got a little bit of time. But tonight, we kind of outlined some things, right? And that is, until you reconcile some things within yourself, you're going to show up in a kind of, like, if there's some anxiety, like, oh, I wonder if they like me, or I wonder if they approve of me, wherever that came from. Many people say it come from childhood, whatever. If there's any of that, you have to be diligent, hyper vigilant, looking, observing yourself, how you show up. Because what you don't want to do is perform. You want to be your true self. I was talking, this leads me back to the initial conversation that I was having with the brother in the lounge. He was literally vehemently against authenticity. Everything was about performance, right? We often mistake niceness for love, kind words for care, and conflict avoidance for peace. Yet niceness, when untethered from authenticity, may serve as an emotional mercenary, trading warmth for safety, validation for control, smiles for survival. Heavy stuff. My caller has returned. Baki from Houston, Texas is on the line. What are your thoughts? You're up against the clock, so you're going to have to truncate these thoughts. But tell me what you think.
Sure. What's going on, man? Yeah, so somebody once told me, man, if you gotta lose yourself to get it, it's never worth it.
Ooh, come on. If you got to lose yourself to get it.
That didn't hit me until I realized, man, like, I could lie to you, get what I want, but after that, like, where do we go from there, right? So when I started thinking as far as looking for, like, a meaningful relationship, like, look, I was on a date the other day. So I'm trying to get over, like, the whole fake, like the first date, usually you presenting, like, the ideal version of yourself. So I'm trying to get over that. So I started asking her questions, right? And she's giving me these generic answers. Then I just suddenly flipped the switch on her. I started asking her, like, I started going on some Zoe Williams stuff, like, go deeper.
Don't do me.
I'm like, go deeper. Like, what do you really mean when you say that? What are you trying to, And I'm challenging everything she says, and I could see her kind of get uncomfortable because she asked me, she was like, are you like this on the first date all the time? I'm like, yes. I'm trying to show you who I really am. Like, this is what I'm interested in. I'm interested in getting to know how you work. I'm presenting these challenges. I'm trying to see, like, how you handle certain situations. And I think this kind of triggered something in her, like, because she was expecting that fakeness
Ooh.
She's comfortable with that.
Right. And you was like, no. He was like, nah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think women intuitively, they know, like, when you lying to them, when you faking,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but they don't want to accept it. They don't want to believe it. They want to believe, oh, maybe you're different. Maybe, you're really like this. And I told her, like, look, if I'm going to build something meaningful with you, this is like a trial by fire. Like, I'm not trying to go on 20 dates just to know, what I really know, that we're not clicking. Like, after the first date, you know exactly what I'm on. I know exactly what you're on. And then we can build from there. So I think we just need to, like, look for meaning.
Come on. Come on, brother.
Like, because I don't like superficial, like, everything on the surface. I don't like that. I want to go deep into it. I want to know, like, I want us to argue. Not even, like, argue, but I want us to kind of, like, clash.
Well, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, right? For lack of a better word, right? Argument. But what you're saying is, like, even from the space of, you get to have a different opinion than mine, right? Your voice gets to live here. And your voice doesn't have to agree with or capitulate to my voice. And if our voices run aground every now and again, there's space for that too. I think that's what you're trying to say, right?
No, that's exactly what I'm trying to say, man. I've been listening to so much, like, y'all got my mind all fired up right now.
Hey, man.
All over the place, but, man, I love it, man.
Hey, look, man, we up against the clock, but guess what you just did, good brother? You don't even know. Okay, here are the rules. This your first time calling in. When I say, guess what you just did, you say, I brought Houston, Texas in the building. So we're going to do it one more again. Guess what you just did, Baki?
Man, I just brought Houston, Texas to the building.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, the callers were on fire tonight. Baki was cooking. El Ray or Rev L Ratchet from Dallas. Attila was cooking. Ronan was cooking. Hey, man, we were on fire. Indianapolis. We were all over the country, man. But listen, you know my rule here. You don't have to agree with what I said. You surely don't. We start the conversations. It's up to you to finish them. I'm the voice of reason, and tomorrow is my Friday, and I'm going to come in here with a slapper. You already know what it is. Just that quick, Andy. Just that quick.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. This week just started, but it's over now.